And with that, I will cut the ribbon on behalf of the shareholders family. On this floor I will show you over 160 years of Märklin history. I highly recommend to everyone to come here. It's definitely worth it. That which takes a long time usually turns out really well. The same applies to the Mrklineum. The exhibition areas are finally open to the public. Things got underway with a groundbreaking ceremony in March 2017. A toast was raised according to the old tradition.
Die Familie Sieber stand immer mit voller Überzeugung und großem Engagement hinter dem Projekt.
The Sieber family has always stood behind the project with full conviction and great commitment. And Florian Sieber in particular has tirelessly promoted it. And I think you will agree that the result is more than impressive.
Als sehen lassen.
Due to the pandemic, there were postponements, so the opening could only take place on June 18, 2021, and only with a small gathering. The guests took a tour. We have a selection of metal building sets up here, something about the history. We have also set up a large exhibit of the Vienna giant Ferris wheel. Oh, the things you will discover! But an exciting company history should also be presented accordingly. And with the most modern technology.
Also was erwartet ist ein Querschnitt der letzten über 160 Jahre der Firma Märklin.
What awaits you is a cross-section of the last 160-plus years of the Märklin company. From the beginnings with doll sets to steam engines, airplanes, ships, it's everything Märklin has ever made. Many will be surprised at the wide range of products Märklin had back then. And we have another floor complete with model trains. So let's say we have the broad product history and then another whole floor with all the railroads from 5 gauge down to Z or Z gauge. From around 1892, when the first prototypes of the model railroad were presented, to modern times. A showpiece, the Wuppertal Suspension Railway. And we also have an extra installation that shows, especially for the younger ones, how a steam engine used to work. I would like to invite you to press the button over there. If you haven't seen a steam engine in operation for a long time, you'll be thrilled right away. Interactive media technology and creative staging offer amazing displays. Of course, there were also mobile steam engines. We have small mobile standing hot air machines. You could even connect a letterpress. The music spinning top was wound up. There was one with 4 different sounds or tones and one with 2. Wonderful toys made of fine sheet metal will be on permanent display. This is our area for temporary exhibitions. At the beginning, we did an exhibition together with the Steif company. They had their 140th anniversary last year. We are a collaborative museum. These cuddly animals belong in the children's room, just like the electric train, which is also available for outdoors. LGB makes it possible. This brand has belonged to Märklin since 2007. Trix has been part of Märklin since 1997. So models of the company once based in Nuremberg will also be on display. Märklin has entered a special chapter of its history with the Northlander. This was the first model where we went out as a limited edition, and it is, similar to the entertainment car or the waiter's car, also a product that every model railroader cherishes like the apple of his eye and never lets it go again. The Northlander 2 was similarly successful, now with the legendary FP7 as the train's locomotive. An important model is honored here. The Rocket was virtually the beginning of railroad series production in the prototype at that time. There was a competition in England. Who builds the fastest, most reliable steam locomotive? Well, the fastest is a bit of an exaggeration. It ran at 47 kilometers per hour, but in the prototype it could run for several days as a commuter train. And that was actually the start of the production railroad. It's hard to believe, but the Mini Club will celebrate its 50th birthday in 2022. Highlights of recent half-O history are displayed with great appeal. The managing director is visibly happy and impressed.
Über 160 Jahre Firmengeschichte.
Over 160 years of company history. I think that's a fantastic description. We have really unique exhibits spanning over 160 years. From baths, kitchens, steam engines to the whole model railroad over all 6 eras, all excellently presented. And what's more, I hope that we will attract many customers and visitors who like to lose themselves in this world and the myth of Märklin.
Dann bekommen, die sich in dieser Welt und dem Mythos Märklin dann gerne wiederfinden.
The half-O layout is quite far along, as you can see. It is a layout on which everything is moving. We've already reached the horizon, so to speak, which means that we've already built it up to the horizon at the top, so that the next step will be to install all the beamer technology. It's an era layout from 1 to 4. You could also say that we have now reached era 4, from which it will then continue to the left into the more modern era in the second phase of construction. The layout is still under construction, but trains are already rolling over the finished sections on neatly gravelled K-tracks for trial operations. Visitors can currently only view the layout from a balcony.
Tolle Anlage.
Great layout. I think our Mr. Peschel and his team have done a great job. And I also believe that many of our customers will be enthusiastic and think, man, you can recreate such a world all on your own.
Welt dann nachbauen.
Especially the many details and vivid scenes. Wolfrat Bächle also told us that since one of his children moved out, he has a room free for building his own half-O layout. He'll be sure to include the Roter Brummer. In the Mrklineum, everyone can sense the fascination that emanates from classic toys and the model railroad.
Also ich bin rundum begeistert.
I'm completely thrilled, and I have to say, the tour was far too short, so I will have to come at least once more. If not 2 or 3 more times, there is so much to see. And there are parts that might interest you a little bit more than others. For instance, I'm interested in the Märklin 50s or the 0 gauge or the S gauge and the development from small Lilliput to very small half-O. And then I will take my time to see them all. But for now, let me just say that I would recommend it to everyone. You must come here. It's definitely worth it. Due to current corona regulations, tickets are available exclusively online at mrklineum.de.